not going for perfection here.
Greetings, friends. It's Josh,
And I'm Ryan.
and we are joined today by the one and only.
It's Matt.
Yay, Matt!
It's Matt.
So today is a special episode. We're gonna kind of branch off from our traditional shenanigans, and we wanted to do. Ryan, why don't you tell us what we want to do today?
All right, good. So we're going to talk about the, I don't know if you want to call them subscription services or online play or whatever you want to refer to them as, but the three different online gaming services from Xbox, Nintendo, and PlayStation.
Woot woot.
So 3 of us, 3 services.
Seemed like a good idea at the time.
Seemed like a good idea when we talked about it.
How to get online. And which ones are worth your time, right? I guess.
Exactly.
True.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
and you can take the information we provide you and make an informed decision of your own. And
And let's face it, holiday time's around the corner. We all know that on that wonderful day of celebrating Christ's birth, as we, also celebrate consumerism, that we're going to want to log on and play our favorite game and blast zombies and everything else. And so you got to know what you got to be ready for. You got to be prepared.
I'm sorry, the server is down currently. You'll have to try again later.
Well, there is that too. But yeah, if you want to fight the crowd on Christmas Day, you got to be ready. You got to be battle hardened.
So, who's going first?
Well, how's your week, guys? Do we want to talk about?
I mean, we can, yeah.
Yeah, this is some dead tired dads. How tired are you? On a scale of 5 dead tired dads.
On a scale of 5 dead tired dads. Are they all lined up like
In a
tired
row,
next to
yeah.
each other? Okay.
Well, some of them are asleep, so you have to decide like how tired you are. Are you 5 dads?
are you
asleep?
5 dads asleep or like 4 dads asleep?
Right.
One's working.
Right. One's
Okay.
yeah, always.
So is it a scale of 5 or 4 then?
I don't know. We have to come up with a scale of dead tired dads here. There's only 3 of us. We're gonna get 2 from somewhere. But if you're super tired this week, right, you get 5. 5 dead tired dads out of.
So yeah, I'm gonna go with 4 right now.
Ooh, that's a lot of tired dads.
Yeah.
It's tired.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm just wondering, on this scale, I feel like there's just a base level that I'm always at automatically. Like, I'm never lower than like a 2 or a 3. So I'm going to go with a 4 also on this scale that we just made up.
Wow. That's high. You guys are really tired this week. If it wasn't for today and being able to stop, even though I still had to work and I still took some time off, I'd probably be at a 5. I've been at a 5 all week, but I'm probably at a 3.5 and a 4 now.
Yeah, I was off today too, and I'm still at a 4.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
And the last couple weeks I've been at a 5, but like this week I think I've come down a notch.
Yeah.
So.
It was funny. I'm playing an online game and someone on our guild just starts chatting and they're like, this game is so easy. I wish they'd stop making it easy. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm a dad of 2 and I work a part-time and a full-time job. So let's keep it easy. Let's keep it that way. Like, I get your point of view because you're, 19, but one day it'll happen to you too. So
Some of us can't sit online for 6 straight hours and just grind away.
Not anymore.
Yeah, no.
Get off my game.
Grinding is no fun anymore. That's for sure.
No bueno. All right. So you talked about 3 different ones, right? We've got Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo.
Yes, Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo.
So which one should go first? How about the eldest? How about
The eldest.
Nintendo being the oldest?
Nintendo.
Okay, well Nintendo it is.
Take it away.
Because Nintendo is the best. Okay, that's
Now we
up
gotta
for
find out is Nintendo
that's up
or
for
Sony
yeah.
at first.
That's
I don't, because Nintendo was a card game back in like the 1800s,
yes,
right?
Yes,
So
Nintendo's
do you
been
want
around for forever.
Count that? Is Sony ahead? I don't know.
I don't know. It's hard to say.
They're number 1 in my heart.
Fair enough. We'll run with the traditional gaming timeline here.
There
and
you
say
go.
Nintendo was first.
Yeah.
So that being the case, let's dive in. So Nintendo Online Services. So basic packages begin at $3.99 a month, and $7.99 for 3 months, and $19.99 a year. So that's for the basic package. You get online play with that. You get access to battle royale type games. They've got like Tetris 99, which is a lot of fun. You play against like 99 people and try to survive the longest. It's actually a lot of fun. I've played it a little bit.
Have you played the new Pokemon one?
There's a Pokemon
I
one.
did play it a little bit. I saw
yeah.
on Facebook that you were playing it. And I was
Yes.
like, oh, I need to get back on that. I played it when it first
I played
came
on
out.
mobile, but it's connected between the two, Switch
Right.
and mobile.
Oh,
You can play.
yeah.
it.
See, I didn't even know
It's
about
like a
that
League
one.
of Legends MOBA
Yeah.
type game.
It's pretty
but
fun.
for Pokemon, yeah, it's
Yeah.
cool.
So, see,
I stopped playing because I spent too much time on it.
Well,
Eh,
and
had to
that's
delete
that
it.
happens.
that's one of the things that we try to avoid here in
Yep.
Dead Tired Dads is
Bye.
games that can suck your life away because there are too many other things that are important. So yeah, the Battle Royale classics like Tetris, and then there was a Mario one that they did for a little while for the 35th anniversary, and I think that one's done now. But it's some really cool stuff that's available. And then with that basic package, you also get access to Nintendo and Super Nintendo games. And another thing that they have is a family package.
Yep.
That you could link in multiple people in your network that you can have. And that one's for $34.99 a year. And so that one's cool. I like that a lot because what it does, it's a little bit different than the other ones. You can share your online experience with other people, either in your family or if you've got friends who have a Switch or a Nintendo profile, you can link them in as well under that, and you can kind of pay for that together rather than having one person kind of bear that whole burden, or have, if you've got kids especially, and then you've got to pay for Johnny to have a subscription to Xbox Live and Sarah to have a subscription to Xbox Live, and then Mark wants PS Plus, and so you've got to pay
just come to another play Switch. Get a job, Mark.
So so there's that. Now they did recently release an expansion, which is actually was the inspiration for this episode, was the expansion that Nintendo launched.
Don't know about that.
So with the expansion, the prices jump up quite a bit, but you get access to downloadable content for certain games. So with the first thing that they did with the launch, it was DLC for Animal
Crossing.
Thank you, Animal Crossing, which Matt talked about previously.
Why does that always come up with Matt?
Because
Matt's
Matt's here.
never gonna play it.
So you
The
get
one
that.
got away.
So you get that downloadable content, but you also get access to Nintendo 64 games.
Yes.
Wow,
And
okay.
Sega Genesis games.
Feeling it.
So
That's
now,
right. Sega's been doing some more partnerships with Nintendo now that they
Yes.
kind of
Yes.
All right.
But the expansion, like I said, it jumps up in price quite a bit. So it jumps up from $19.99 a year for an individual to $49.99 a year. So it's a pretty big, price shift there to get those extra things. And then the family pricing goes from $34.99 to $79.99. But it expands the number of people that you can have on your network, on your family plan, to 8. So if you have 8 friends who all have a Switch, and you can all get on the same thing for $10 a year, which that sounds like a pretty sweet deal if you can find 8 people that you want to go into that with. One other thing that I think is really cool that it provides you access to with the online is there are exclusive things that you can buy in the Nintendo, from Nintendo. So they have exclusive controllers that you can get. So I recently bought Switch NES controllers. So they're they look like Nintendo controllers. They feel like the original Nintendo controllers, so that you can play the classic console games, how they were meant to be played on the controllers that they were meant to be played on.
Very smart. Very smart.
So now they are not cheap.
Right.
So you pay for the subscription to buy the expensive
To
controllers.
also pay for the controllers.
Right.
Able to.
Yeah. So it's Nintendo's. How do they keep making money? We've talked about.
I don't know.
I don't understand
how does that work?
How are they still around? They keep just making money hand over fist. Don't understand it. So yeah, that is Nintendo. So
Very cool. Very cool. I didn't know all this information because I'm not on there anymore. So I do know it's interesting that you can like also connect all your other things too. Like if you've got a mobile and you're playing some of those games, or if you have, which I don't know what Nintendo's other than the Switch Lite, but if there's some other, maybe the 3DS could even, I know back in the day it could connect to it as well, and you could do things through that too.
Well, and that's another thing. It allows you to have like cloud saves.
Yes,
You can switch between consoles too with that. So
it's
that's
almost
another
like
cool thing.
that's been so weird for them because as someone who knows Nintendo from before, not much about what they're doing now. That was always the thing, like, Nintendo, you're so far behind, guys. Come on, catch up. And now I feel like they're kind of leading the pack a little bit.
A little bit. The online play, as far as I can tell, there's not like a ton of games that you're going to play. You've got your Splatoon, and you've got, a few other games that you'll play online. I'm sure the Mario Kart and Smash Brothers communities, online play is probably big, but I haven't gotten into any of that because I don't have time for it.
Well, there's actually a really weird thing. So my brother and I have tried to play some games together online on Switch, and there's a weird thing that the Switch doesn't have that I just can't fathom. There's no chat. Mm-hmm. You can't chat through the console, like no party chat.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
And I know they do that for some safety, right? For family, like you can imagine what an Xbox lobby Call of Duty is versus you don't want your 5-year-old playing that.
Mario Party, hearing the same stuff.
You probably would if they allowed that. So you could just see them testing that out somewhere in Japan. We can't release this.
This isn't gonna work.
No.
Yeah. But and you also have to have like you have to have a friend code in order to to connect with someone on there. So there's that.
Now, don't they have it if you have a friend code, you can do some kind of voice chat? Because I know at least the new game on mobile, the Pokemon game, it shows something about voice chat, and I haven't used it or checked it out.
Probably depends on the game.
Maybe,
The last time I tried, we were playing For the King, and we had to download the Switch app on our phones and chat on our phones while we played.
Was it voice chat or still just text?
Well, it was voice chat.
Okay.
But it was just kind of.
They make you download.
But you can't do it through the console.
Can't do it through the console like you can PlayStation and Xbox.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
Speaking of PlayStation and Xbox, do you guys want to do like rock paper scissors for who goes next? Or like...
If we're going to do it by age, it's going to be PlayStation, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yep. PlayStation is next. So we'll talk about Sony. I'm nowhere near as ready as Josh here. I don't know if he's getting paid by Nintendo, but if he's not, he should. So Nintendo, if you're listening out there, Miyamoto, we would love some new equipment sent our way.
Absolutely.
It'd be great.
Yes.
It'd be great.
True.
Domo arigato. Okay. So Sony, they have something they've been using for a while now. In fact, I think it's ever been since PlayStation 3. As far back as I can remember. I did have PS2 with the little converter to play Final Fantasy, and I think Resident Evil Outbreak were the only games you could use it for. It's like an additional modem you could add to the bottom of it.
Oh, yeah.
It was just for the Final Fantasy Online game, and then for that. So I remember playing Resident Evil. I never played Final Fantasy with it. Anyway, so as they moved to PS3, they started doing these programs, and I even remember when I had a Sony portable, the PSP, I could connect to that, and I had Final Fantasy VII on both of those systems, and I could just download them. So they started kind of playing with it back that far back, and it really hasn't changed a lot other than just upgraded in the level of speeds and things like that. But their prices have come down a lot, and that's one thing I was going to mention about Nintendo is Nintendo kind of stepped up their game. I've noticed that all the prices have started to come down and be a little bit more reasonable, because I can remember services like Microsoft and like PlayStation were like $20 a month.
Yeah.
So you're paying $30, $40 for internet, and you're paying an additional $20 just to use your console. You're like, this is ridiculous. Like, we can't do that.
But I've got to play Halo.
But I've got to play Halo.
To play Halo.
So it's just like you're playing an MMO. You got to pay a subscription just to play the games again, right? But I do like seeing now that all across the board these are starting to come down. Hearing Nintendo's pricing. And even Sony's right now, it's 12 months for $60. That's kind of their deal. They do a yearly thing. They do have a few other options. They've got like a 1 month for $10 and a 3 month for $25. So if you're buying this for kids or family, or you have nephews or nieces that really want that, what's nice is you can just get them a gift card in the store. Like, hey, I'm not buying you a year, but here's like 3 months. Have fun, kid. So I do like that they do have those options for them. PlayStation Plus has been great. What's really cool about them is I know that every month they give you like 2 or 3 exclusive games for free as well.
That's right. Yeah.
And some of those are like AAA title games. Like I've been surprised at some of the games that came our way. And what's really cool is I got my PS4 late in the lifespan. Now we're on PS5. But there was a lot of games that I never got to play when they were big, but I was getting them for free coming my way every month. So I was loving that. So that is one of the big unique things, which I think Microsoft is doing as well. But you can probably tell us more about that.
Well, one thing with TS Plus, I remember when I had it, one of the games that they released on it was actually a game that we played on the YouTube channel, Detroit.
Yeah, it was free.
It was free.
Yeah.
And so there was some.
It's such a great game. Like that's a high quality game.
And it was completely free. Like
absolutely.
So.
I got the entire Nathan Drake series, Uncharted. I got
Yep,
all those on there. I never got to
drive.
play these, so I got to catch up on it. So it's I love how they do the monthly games. I didn't play a lot online with other people on the PlayStation 4, so I can't speak of the differences on that. I mean, it seemed like normal quality. I had no issues, but one of the things I'm noticing all across the board with all of these services is I think, and this is just me thinking of future, I think we're getting again to that point, which is so crazy to us. Is we've been thinking about. We started from NES and cartridges. We're going to get to a point where everything is online, and I mean everything.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because speeds are going faster. We're able to get bigger and bigger, data on these little video game consoles. It's almost going to be a streaming service. It's not there yet, and I think we're still, everyone's saying it's 5 years down the road. I think it's like 10, 20. It's, we have fiber everywhere and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I think that's what they're thinking, even with these things. Like Sony is doing not only the PlayStation Plus, but I think it's PlayStation 1, or what was it called? What did we say it was?
PlayStation Now.
PlayStation
yes,
Now. And it's similar. You can stream games. You can literally download.
That's exactly what it is. It's streaming.
Yeah. So just imagine it's almost like renting games from Netflix anymore. It's like I'm just going to rent it. But I don't have to go anywhere and get any physical copies now.
Yeah.
It's just boom. I'm downloading it. I'm playing it, and it's subscription based. So the nice thing about that is if you are on a budget, you're not like me. I'm not going to buy every AAA title that comes out because that's just a lot of money, especially if you're doing multiple consoles.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But if I can pay one fee and play everything, sign me up for more of that kind of stuff. Which is kind of what they're doing. And actually, I don't want to get into your territory here, but just speaking of something this week that I did, my daughter is obsessed with Minecraft. She's never played it, but she's obsessed with it because kids talk about it everywhere.
Every kid
knows
Minecraft.
what it is.
Yep.
And she's like, I love Minecraft. I'm like, how do you know Minecraft? I've never seen it. So I started looking into it, and Microsoft has this deal where you pay so much a month and you get access to all these games.
Yeah.
And one of my
It's
games
a
is on there.
huge library.
Age of Empires 4 is
Yeah,
on there.
I
So
know.
you better
I'm so
believe
jealous.
I signed up. So I got to try this. I got to do this. So that's the, and PlayStation does that too. But that's one of the cool things about it is you get all these games and you get to try them. And so it's definitely, for your buck, it's a great, great deal. I think I purchased it 2, maybe 3 years in a row now where I just don't even pay attention. I'm just like, it's another year's up. I'm just going to pay it.
Yeah.
Because I know I'm going to get these games. $60, and I'm getting way more than that in the free games every month.
Yeah, because $60 is one game.
It's one of those AAA titles.
Yeah.
And so now I'm getting multiple on top of that. And some games I never would have even thought of.
Yeah.
And I absolutely love.
Yeah.
Like the one that we played that was like a mystery game. What was that? I'm not gonna remember it now.
Oh no!
Finch, Atticus, Finch, something Finch. What was that?
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking
something
about.
Something of Atticus Finch.
So weird and so
like
trippy and indie and
the mystery.
something, but it was really good.
It was a really good one.
It was one of the first ones I got, and I was like, "This is amazing."
So
I
here's
never
the
would have
thing.
played it.
Here's the thing, with the PS Plus, that I found out afterwards. Like if you cancel your subscription, everything goes you lose that.
It's gone.
You lose all of that.
Exactly.
So
which makes sense. Like you're only going to get
right.
it. Even if you have it downloaded, you can't access it because you're no longer a member. So
right.
you do have to keep that going.
So I actually never finished that game because I let my subscription lapse.
Yep.
That
and
I
is the
just
downside.
You got to finish that. That's
like
amazing.
it was just like one of those
Amazing.
things where I was just like, I haven't really used this a whole lot. Like, I've been getting.
I will
the
say
free
this
games.
too, as a Dead Tower Dad, it's like I got all these free games, but I
But
played
I don't
probably
have-
3 out of the 50 that I
Right.
got. But
haven't-
you better believe every month I was like, download.
I do every time.
Just in case I get the feeling like, I want to try this. I want to do this.
I've got my father-in-law bought me a external hard drive. It's 1 terabyte.
Nice.
And it's full. It's completely full. I play like 3
All
games.
free stuff? Like,
yeah,
oh,
it's all,
one of these
That's all
days.
the PS Plus stuff.
You're going to have the entire library.
It's I looked it up. It's What Remains of Edith Finch.
That's what it
There it
is.
is.
That's
Yeah.
exactly
Yeah.
it. So I'm plugging that game too. What a weird trippy, psychedelic. It was strange.
That's
but
one that is
so
on
good.
that hard drive that I've just never touched.
You
Like,
got to
just-
try it now.
But now I'm
You
gonna
got to
play
try it. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna have to up my subscription to finish it off.
Boom, free
I
suggestion.
think it was even
by the
on
way.
Steam for a while. And I remember that was what surprised me. Is on
Wonder if
Steam
it's,
it was like $20 or something.
Huh.
I was like, hey, I got it for free. Yeah. So
All right,
anyway, that's my take on PlayStation.
PlayStation Plus.
Sony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
All right.
Ryan, why don't you tell us about Microsoft and their service? that
So
they've got.
I'm an expert on this, in that it's the only one of the three that I don't have.
Perfect.
But no, I did do a little bit of research, and I talked to my brother who does have it, and he actually showed me how it worked one time. He came down and brought his Xbox, and I made him show me like 3 times because I was like, no, that's not possible. There's no way it works like that. But I'll get to that in a minute. So cost is either $10 a month for if you just want it on. It's called Game Pass, by the way. Sorry about that.
Microsoft Game Pass.
Microsoft Game Pass or Xbox Game Pass, whatever they call it. It's $10 a month if you just want to get it on just your console or your PC. $15 a month they have Game Pass Ultimate, and that includes like you can play on your PC and your Xbox. It also includes mobile, cloud saves, all that stuff.
Wow.
The Ultimate also includes EA Play, which means you get the entire EA library. So, all your sports games, Dragon Age, all those are included in that.
That's wow.
Yeah. So Matt kind of touched on it a minute ago, but the thing that really Game Pass does well is their library.
Mm-hmm.
It's massive. So the way PlayStation does it is there's 2 games every month, 2 or 3 games every month.
Right.
And as long as you go in and download them, you have them.
Right.
But
If
if
you
you
do
don't
miss that
download them that
period-
month, you can't go get them.
Right.
Whereas Xbox, it's just the whole library is the whole library.
Right.
It's just there. So they've got, huge names in that library. Fallout, Dragon Age, Matt mentioned Age of Empires, Halo, big titles. And the crazy thing they're doing is a lot of them are day one titles. So like when Halo Infinite comes out, you don't have to go spend $60
It'll be
if you already
available.
have Game Pass, which is already
That's
available.
what surprised me with Age of Empires. This
Yeah.
game just came
Yeah,
out and it's
brand new.
free?
Yeah.
You
Like,
get it.
what?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. So they do, $10 a month, 10 to 15 a month. I think they do have like a $60 a year option, something like that. But
I would imagine.
another thing they have, and Josh just discovered this the other day, usually when you first start, you can get $1 a month for 3 months. So, yeah.
I did discover that the other day, and I immediately signed up for it.
And why did you sign up for it, Josh?
Because there were a lot of games on there that I was like, oh, wow, look at that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so they've got a great library. But the thing that I mentioned that I can't believe is real, but it is, they have rewards for achievements. So, like, as you earn achievements,
Wow.
you get rewards, and
Wait,
you
where
can
was
actually
this?
use those rewards to buy more Game Pass.
Amazing.
Say what?
I watched my brother do it. He brought his Xbox to my house and did it and bought, like, 3 more months of Game Pass with his rewards. So he's
Amazing.
just playing Xbox and buying more Game Pass. Yeah,
What?
exactly.
Now, when I had a 360, I had like a bajillion achievements.
I know, right?
For that reason, because I was an achievement junkie. Of course,
Yeah.
now I can never do. I don't have the time, but how crazy! Like, yeah, that should have been done years
So
ago.
you get,
Yeah.
What a
so
great
you
idea.
earn points for certain achievements, and then you can go into the little Microsoft store, and there's
Wow.
you can buy more Game Pass. You can sign up for like
I'm sure they have things
giveaways
sweepstakes
and
stuff like-
sweepstakes and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know that one thing that I actually do really appreciate about Microsoft, like, I'm a weirdo and I use Bing rather
Yep.
than Google.
I need to leave. I'm good.
But I do that because it gets me free. Like you get points for searching on Bing.
Yeah, you
like
do.
every time
That's
you
right.
search on Bing, you get points in your profile, and you can redeem those points for sweepstakes.
Yeah.
And I just every time I do it, I redeem it for Microsoft cash.
Yeah.
So that I can use it in the Microsoft store for.
It's the same store.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so I've I actually have used all of that basically for downloadable content for Rocksmith, which I talked about last week.
Boom.
But
Oh, very cool.
So that just blew my
All
mind.
Connected.
I watched him go in and use his points that he earned from just playing Xbox and buy more Game Pass. What?
Wow.
So
That's crazy.
Very
Yeah.
cool. Now, do you know? Because I'm just not smart enough, and I haven't researched it. But I know they have Xbox Live passes for computer for PC. Do those connect? Like, if I pay one, I get it on both, or is it?
so that's where you would sign up for the one they call Ultimate,
gotcha.
because then you can
share between
share
all
back
of
and
it.
forth between
Yeah.
your PC and your Xbox.
So the
Yeah.
saves transfer between
Right.
the
See, that
two,
would be something I would
even
be
if-
interested in
yeah.
when I was much younger, and I was doing that all the time. That
Yeah.
Yeah.
would have been fantastic. So if you are younger and you do have that,
Boom.
predilection, like that's perfect.
Yeah.
That's great. I'm doing it now for computer, and I gotta see it. It blew me away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was I just found this out like 3 days ago that it had all these games, and it's like super cheap too. Really.
Yeah, so if
Yeah.
you go in there, I don't know how to do it on computer. I just saw him do it on the Xbox. But if you go in there and go into like, you might have to log into your Microsoft account.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then you
Yeah.
can see like how much points stuff
That's
costs.
crazy.
very
Yeah.
cool.
That's
Very
crazy.
cool. Well, I'm gonna have to check that out now too.
Yeah. No. Absolutely.
So Josh mentioned searching on Bing. So I do the same thing for the points. It's kind of a funny story. You probably remember this, Josh. Maybe 8 months ago, somewhere around there. I signed up for the Game Pass for like $1 a month for 3 months because I was going to try to play some games on my computer. So I signed up for it, paid, entered all my information, then to discover that my computer wouldn't play the games. So I had 3 months of Game Pass for $3 that was absolutely meaningless to me. But I still use Bing all the time just to try to rack up the points. Because of these three options, I actually, for the new consoles that are out, I want the Xbox Series X because of what
Right.
we're talking
No,
about. So I'm literally saving those points so that I can buy Game Pass whenever I get around to having
So
a
be
Series
ready,
X.
it'll be time.
Yeah.
Right. Now, you said that you weren't sure about but like there certainly has to be a yearly subscription fee. Like, do you have any idea? Like, there's
15, gotta be one.
15
And
a month.
because we're so high tech here, we can just like research this
Yeah.
stuff
Right.
and our
Very
amazing.
Very quickly, we'll have that. We'll have that information, and
I'm pretty sure the PC one was like $19.99 a month. That's just PC. I could be wrong on that.
Yeah.
And I think it's like even cheaper for the first 3 months or
Yeah,
something.
well,
It's
like
insane.
when I signed up for it, we probably got the same deal. It was
Probably.
$1 for a month,
That's
and
what
then
it
you got 2
was.
months for free.
That's what it
Yeah.
was. So I was like, yeah, why would I not do this?
Like,
But-
like, hey, I'm gonna sign up for this. So, honestly, like, and I'm just gonna give my unsolicited opinion, even though it's kind of solicited because you're listening to this podcast. I love Nintendo. I love the most of the things that they do, but for my money, the Microsoft Game Pass is like by far and away like the absolute best online subscription service available right now.
Yeah. If you look at, for me, just the library of games.
That it
It's
unlocks.
insane,
right?
It's,
Yeah.
it's crazy. So
Yeah. I
take
have to agree with that.
take that for what you will.
I don't even have an Xbox.
I know, that's
No,
what I
but
said. Like,
that's-
it's the only one I don't have.
But it sounds
Go
amazing.
figure.
It
But like
sounds
you have it on
great.
but you can get it
Yeah,
on PC
yeah,
too. So if you're a
exactly.
PC gamer at
Exactly.
all, like.
No, I mean, yeah, that's what I'm doing now. So I
Yeah.
think that's a fantastic deal.
Um,
I mean, I guess they all have their own merits, right? Like,
Yeah.
I'm thinking Nintendo family. Like, that's
Yeah.
great for a young family. As those kids get older and they get into, teenage years and they want to start kind of playing the same games you play, that you have to kind of watch a little bit more.
Yeah.
But those sounds like even great deals with that and kind of the different plans that they have. I mean, that sounds fantastic.
Yeah, no, and as
So
as
much
a
better than years ago what they used to have.
Yeah.
So it's improving a lot.
as a retro gamer, like having access, like for the Nintendo
Right.
stuff, like having access to
Yes.
Sonic
Without
the
having
Hedgehog,
to buy all the
Yeah.
having access to Sonic 2 like easily, as I've got the console, I've got the game, I
Right.
could hook it up, but
Right.
like it's just easier to just like
Yeah.
stream it, boom. But like like I said, for my money's worth, I think the
I
Game Pass is
I
by
did geek
far-
out a little bit when I saw Ocarina of Time on my Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, for sure. But,
So our very high tech research department looked into it for us, and their website only lists the monthly. Like
Okay.
yeah.
So no annual.
So there's no annual
subscription that we can find. It might be out there. We're just
Yeah.
our high tech research department is just not
we
quite.
we
able
gave
to
the
find it.
research team time, and they couldn't find it.
They're underpaid and understaffed. That's the real problem.
We're all dead tired dads. We can all say yes. I think you can buy. Is it still gold? Is that what it is? Xbox Live Gold? Is that still the thing? Is that
They have that, but one of them it comes with Ultimate, or it comes with one of the monthly packages.
Yeah, that's not quite
It's something
the same
different.
Thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
yeah.
Xbox Live just gives you access to playing online.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
So that one's like the $60 for a year. It's
Yeah.
similar
Right.
to PlayStation. Okay. But the other pass is the monthly thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, but $15 a month for access to all of those games.
Yeah,
I
for
mean,
all that.
now the question is, do you have time? Like, if so, like we were talking about, like day one titles and stuff like that. You pay $60 for a brand new game. So let's say there's a brand new game that you really want to play, Age of Empires 4. And so you pay
$1. Come
yeah.
on.
Well,
do it.
right. You get it for 3 months for the
Right,
dollar,
right.
and then it's $15 a month.
Exactly.
So in 4 months you've
Unless you're playing all the other games with it,
Right.
then, yeah.
Yeah.
Which hey, you
so
might. Yeah,
you might if you've got time and and your kids are playing. It's definitely definitely worth it. But
Well, I can say I've got it, but I haven't even downloaded it yet. So there
Yeah.
you go.
so yeah, there it is. All right. Well, that is the Dead Tired Dad's take on the 3 subscription services. And I think we're all in agreement that Microsoft is running away with that one with
Yeah. For now, they certainly are.
with Sony and Nintendo coming in pretty close together, I think, as far as the usability. But
Very similar, yeah.
yeah. Thanks so much for listening to this episode. We appreciate you. We appreciate everything you do. And if you could, give us a like, hit the subscribe button, and please, please, please give us a review. Those can be really helpful for new podcasts in getting kind of, in the algorithms and things like that. The more reviews we get, the more positive reviews we get, the better off we are. So thanks so much.
And, Josh,
And
next week is Thanksgiving. So when you're having Thanksgiving with your family, tell all them about the podcast, too.
absolutely.
That's right.
That's a good idea, Ryan. So
I have those every once in a while.
yeah, absolutely. So thanks again for listening, and we will catch you guys on the next episode next week.
Bye.
Bye.